Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live. I'm so excited. We are going to be joined by Asia in just a couple of minutes. But today's live, we're going to be talking all about how to monetize your business using Instagram. So whether you're an online course creator, you are an influencer, or you see one-on-one clients, no matter what you do, this is going to be for you. We're also going to be talking about the new monetization options on Instagram, which is really exciting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but we're so excited to chat about these. So anyways, I'm Amie from REBELLE Nutrition. I am a 7-figure business owner, online course creator, and it looks like Asia is joining us right now. So I'm gonna intro her. Oh, hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
How are you?
Never better. Such a good intro. Keep going. I don't want
Thank
to
you.
interrupt. You were
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, I'm so excited to do this live today. And first, so you guys, this is Asia from Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying, which I love your handle, by the way. So good.
Thank you, honey. I try to motivate the people.
I absolutely love it. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about your business to start, and then we'll go from there.
For sure. Hi, Rebel Nutrition fans. My name is Asia Abston of Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. It is a podcast where I interview entrepreneurs who are doing it the cool kid way. This is not the podcast for people who spent 30 years in school. This is the podcast for people like me who dropped out of college twice, but still want to be successful and want to have a cocktail in the meantime. So that's why it's Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. But I'm with Amie today because I market my entire business on Instagram. I only use social media. I don't run Facebook ads, no sponsored posts. I have no clue how to do TikTok choreography, yet I'm making 5 figures a month from my living room only using Instagram. And I know Amie is killing it. She is business boss girl goals. So we just had to connect to teach you guys how to use Instagram to run your businesses.
Love it. So tell me a little bit about, so you use Instagram to obviously like grow your audience and promote, but what is it that you are actually selling, or like how are you actually monetizing your business now?
So my podcast is 100% free. I don't run ads at all. It's just how I teach people. It's my know, like, and trust factor. What I'm selling is my courses. I teach Instagram marketing and I teach drop shipping. So between those two, I am showing, aspiring entrepreneurs how they can start businesses with no inventory, how they can get into e-commerce without going into debt. Especially when you're starting a brand new business, it's really difficult to buy a bunch of inventory and have no clue how to sell it. So I teach drop shipping and Instagram marketing.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And I love that you sell courses too. I wanted to clarify that to make sure, because obviously I am obsessed with online courses. It's what I teach. And the fact that you do drop shipping too and Instagram, so we have a lot in common.
Yes,
so
that's why I wanted to connect with you so bad.
Yes, I love it. I actually, so we connected because I had posted something about after going live. I shared this screenshot that it was like basically Instagram telling me that if I went live again before a certain date, that I would be like unlocking $200 or something. And I was like, what is this magic? I need to know more. And you were like, oh, if we go live together and somebody buys a badge, then basically you're unlocking I think it starts at $100 and then $150. And I was like, this is amazing. We have to share this with people, because I didn't even know that this was a monetization option. So now, you guys, anybody who is a creator, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that anybody who has a creator account goes live a couple of times, you can start unlocking money, basically.
Correct.
This is amazing.
100% accurate. I think you have to have a certain level of engagement to get badges. That's the only kind of caveat. So if you are a creator or you have a business page, but you have to have a certain level of engagement. So it's not about the number of followers. It's not about having a verified badge. It just means that your engagement is high on Instagram. I know some people with badges that have 2,000 followers, but I didn't get badges till I had 25,000 followers. So it's just a matter of what you're doing on your page, because Instagram wants you on this platform. They want to reward you for doing the work. So don't sweat having a low following count. I know you teach that about online courses. People feel like I can't have a course because who's even following me? False. You can have a course with a small following, and you can have badges and monetize Instagram with a small following.
Absolutely. And not only that, like with a course specifically, and you'll have to let me know if this is the same with like a drop shipping business, but you can have like let's say 2,000 Instagram followers and still be making like 5,000, 5 figures a month from that course if you have an engaged following and you know how to market to them and give them what they're asking for. Would you say that's similar with drop shipping? Like you can have a pretty small audience if they're engaged?
100%. Even like the main thing, the most important thing is not the size of the audience, because I know other creators who have hundreds of thousands of followers and make no money on social media. It's about knowing who your target audience is and developing an offer that they love. Plain and simple. It's not about follower count. If you are a good marketer, you will make money. Marketing wins over follower count all day long. If I knew what I knew now about Instagram marketing, I would have been doing this when I had 100 followers.
Yeah.
Why did I wait until I had 30,000 followers to monetize? What was I thinking?
Absolutely. I could not agree more. So let's go back a little bit and talk, because I want to hear kind of the things that worked for you, because you've grown your audience really fast. So like what things worked the best to grow your audience, not only just grow it, but grow an engaged audience for your Instagram account?
Okay, let's see. Well, first I'll tell you the embarrassing part. So I had 1,300 followers for 2 years. Just stagnant, stale. I couldn't buy a follower. I could not beg a person to actually follow me for 2 years. It was the worst thing in the world. And then over the pandemic, I was just like, I lost my job as a bartender. I know you were in hospitality for years too.
Mm-hmm.
The bartending industry was decimated. And I was thinking of, how am I going to replace this income? My drop shipping store is cute, but it's just a side hustle. I need more. So I really got focused and thought about what other creators were doing to monetize. They knew who their target audience was. They gave them an offer that made sense for them. They were using hashtags. They were actually looking at Instagram like a business instead of just social media. So that's what I did. And in 7 months, I gained 34,000 followers organic.
That's amazing.
I can't believe it either, especially because I can't do TikTok dances. So I'm trying too. I cannot do choreography. So I figured I would never grow. And I started using Reels. And I had bought your Reels to Riches. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Reels to Riches. Yep. So I bought that. I started figuring out what creators like you were doing. And that's a major key too, is not to reinvent the wheel. Other people are doing this and doing it successfully. Why do I, have to learn acrobatics when someone who is another course creator can teach me how to do it in a proven method? So never copy, but I was inspired. And I would just use other people who were crushing it on social media and figuring out what they were doing and then tailoring it to my audience. And it's worked.
I love that you said that, because that's literally exactly what I do. Like, it's never about copying, but
Right.
Guaranteed there are lots of other accounts that every single person is inspired by. And like, how can you pull the inspiration from those people and make it your own and then create something new? So like, I love that you said you use Reels. And so would you say it's basically from Reels that you were able to grow?
No, I still wouldn't say that. No,
Okay.
Not at all. If I had done more Reels, if I was more consistent and diligent with Reels, I'd be at the number you are. But I still hate them. I'm a millennial. I'm not, what's the generation underneath us?
Gen Z.
I'm not Gen Z. I don't want to do Reels. I only do Reels because people like Amie do Reels and kill it. So I have to force myself and like say, okay, if I do Reels, I'll have a glass of champagne. It's that painful, but they work. I think the number one thing for me has been consistency. I post 3 times a day, every single day, no days off. I post in stories every single day. I use hashtags on every single post. I go live once or twice a week. So consistency has been the thing, but Reels have definitely helped.
Okay, so that's good to know. So you're posting 3 times a day. And do you notice that like a specific type of content, like a video, just a regular static image, a quote, like what performs the best for you?
I would say my number one thing is tweets. I tweet and screenshot the tweet.
Oh, okay.
And then people think you have to go have a graphic designer and all this stuff. No, baby. That's why Amie uses Canva hacks that we don't know. But even if you don't want to use that, Twitter is my best friend. I will tweet and screenshot, and those do spectacular numbers for me. And I think it's because Instagram is so image heavy, so that when people see words, they actually stop. and read it. And then when they know it's coming from me, it's going to be a teachable moment. It's going to be a takeaway. It's going to be something save worthy. And because I know my audience really well, I don't have to pretend to be anybody else. I can curse. I can laugh. I can tell them that I was a bartender and I worked in a strip club, but now I'm doing this. I can just be relatable to them, and those perform really well for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think with quotes, and probably the same with tweets, is that a lot of times, especially if you know who you're talking to and whatever you're saying really resonates with them or it's shareable. I mean, anything that's shareable, like a tweet is so easy, even on Instagram, to be like, oh my gosh, I totally feel this way too. I'm going to share it or I'm going to save it. My audience would love that. So anything shareable or savable is huge, I think, especially for growth. So I'm glad that you said that. And I love that you're just screenshotting and making it super easy. Also, I love that you really know, like, you embrace the unique things about you and aren't afraid to share them. That is huge, you guys. That's like such a big takeaway, because a lot of the things, even I don't know a lot about your story, so maybe you can tell us a little bit more, but like what you just said about working as a bartender and working in a strip club, like even just those types of details and sharing them with your audience are going to connect with so many more people. I know I felt the same way when I started my business. There was things that like I was a little bit like, I don't know if I should share this. I don't know if you know this part of my story, but I was like a minimalist and I lived in a really
watched the whole webinar, babe.
Okay.
I know the whole story about the hut in Hawaii.
Yes. Of course. And I was honestly, there was a time when I was like kind of embarrassed of that. And I'm like, do I share this? I don't know. And then once I did, people like loved it. Yeah, and they were like, oh my God, tell us more about this. So honestly, some of the things that maybe are a little bit unique about you, or you're a little bit, you know, not sure if you should share, are actually what will help you build an audience. Would you agree?
Yes, 1,000,000%. And then the other half of it is, hey, it's a lot easier. Instead of me trying to come up with this polished, perfect image of what I think people want to see, it's a lot easier to just be my organic self and tell people I dropped out. I don't have a marketing degree. If I can be an Instagram marketer and drive this much traffic to my business and make this much money with a high school education, you can too, especially as a teacher. You know, I'm not teaching from a place of I'm teaching from a place of did it myself, YouTube, DIY, figured it out. And then the other part of it is just the relatability. You know, as a woman, you guys can relate to me. As a woman of color, people can relate to me. Why would I take out the most unique aspects of my personality when that's what sells and that's what people buy into? And nobody buys the product, they buy the seller. I'm selling myself.
Yes.
So it's a lot easier to be transparent and authentic.
Absolutely. Oh my God, that's such a good point. And with courses, people ask me this a lot, like, oh, there's already 10 other people who are doing the same course topic. I'm like, it doesn't matter. They're not you. And most of the time when somebody's buying something from you, whether it's a product or a service or a course, they are buying you. They're buying like your teaching style, your personality, what, you know, even things as small as like, oh, they love your branding. Like some people like that I use pink on everything. Some people probably hate it, but that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, so on kind of that same note, you really knew who you were and leveraged it to grow your audience. What do you think about somebody who's wondering how to find their ideal client or ideal like audience on Instagram?
Got it. The main thing I teach in my Instagram workshop is target audience, because every single thing you do will fail if you don't know your target audience. There's no point in you picking out beautiful inventory, designing a course, trying to go through Instagram marketing. It will literally fail if you don't know your target audience. So it's the most important factor in your business. And I would say that's what social media is for. People want you to DM them. They want to have a conversation. They're in the comments of the people who you look up to. Go in those comments, watch those Instagram lives and screenshot those names and then have a conversation with those people. Go in that Reddit thread, go into those Facebook groups. Spend time on Twitter. That's what social media is for. You are in the age of the internet where people are telling you their business. This is not the 80s where companies had to pay millions of dollars to have market research and have all of these groups of individuals to figure it out. You have social media for free. All you have to do is literally engage with the people you think are your audience. Take notes and find out if they actually are your audience. And if they're not, find out where they're hanging out. Use that little tab on Instagram, the little drop down button, and see what other pages these people are following. Who is the most engaged? What type of content are they posting? What magazines do they read? Go on Clubhouse. All Clubhouse is people talking about their interests. And as the marketer, you have to go where your audience is. It's really not even that hard. It's just people, I guess, don't think about it. They build the product and have no clue who they're selling it to instead of figuring out what the audience wants and then selling that way.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And do you feel like, because the advice that I give a lot of times too is like, if you don't know really where to start when it comes to finding your ideal audience, is to think about yourself. Do you feel like the courses that you offer, would they have been beneficial to you, like let's say a couple years ago? Are you kind of your own target in that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Usually that is
1,000,000%. I am 100% my own target audience.
Okay, me too.
Completely.
And so that's why I feel like for people that don't know where to start, or they're like, I have no idea, like just think about yourself. Like, what did you need a couple years ago? And go try and find people that are similar and have similar needs, wants, desires as what you had.
That's a great place to start. That is a major key right there. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, talk to yourself last year. Talk to yourself 2 years ago. What did you need? What would have gotten you from point A to point B 2 years ago, and you can't find it in the market? Or you can find it in the market, but obviously it wasn't that great because you didn't buy it. So put your own spin on that thing. I think that's a major key right there.
That's a really good point. Okay, so yeah, you guys, if you're watching still right now and you have questions about anything, go ahead and leave them in the chat and I will scroll through and get to them. But I guess let's kind of talk about, well, okay, first let's talk about, you said you don't run any Instagram or Facebook ads, correct? And I love that because I also stopped. I think I have done them before, but I stopped running them at the beginning of this year just because I was like, I am not really seeing the return that I would like to be seeing, and it's a lot of money, and like I want to see if I can do it without. And you guys, I have started making more money since I stopped doing ads, and I don't really know why. I think it's because I started doing it's crazy, but I think it was like this mental shift of like, I don't need to outsource that. I can make content myself that is going to reach more people. And then that's what I did with Reels. So yeah, I would love to hear about, like, have you ever run ads, and what was your decision to not run ads?
Hey, that's wild that you make more money afterwards. Like, that gives me hope. Like,
and I'm not saying that ads are bad. Like, I think that they can be done well, but I just wanted to test it because I'm always testing things, and I'm like, shit, like if I can make more just
then
organic
why do it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's brilliant. Before I answer that, I want to say, if you guys are enjoying this live, make sure you buy Amie a badge, okay? She is not on here giving you guys all this gold for no reason. At the bottom of your screen, buy a badge to support Amie. Okay, now we're back. The reason I don't run ads, right? I have an e-commerce background. I've had a clothing boutique for years. I don't have the part of the brain that is required to run Facebook ads. I just don't have it. When they were giving that puzzle piece out, I never got it because the amount of money that I have given Facebook over a 7-year career in e-commerce is astronomical. And the amount of return I've gotten sucks. Plain and simple. I just can't do it. I've taken courses, coaching, I've read the books, Facebook ads, and I do not get along. And that's why I'm an Instagram marketer, because I couldn't figure out Facebook. Ads, there's nothing wrong with ads. But ads only work when you know what you're doing. And they are Hebrew wrapped in Japanese, wrapped in a riddle. So I am not good at it, plain and simple. And I connect with my audience on that. And that's how I know this can be done, because I don't use ads. I don't spend one penny in ads, and I made $30,000 last month on Instagram. So I only use social media. I'm waiting to get to these 6-figure months. But for now,
soon. It'll be soon.
I'm celebrating these 5-figure months.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And I think that that's so good to hear too, because I think not only do people think, I need to have a lot of followers before I can monetize, but they also, I think it's common to think I have to be paying for Facebook ads. And I'm like, look, if you are creating content and you have a course or something to sell, it's definitely possible to make money and make good money, even if you aren't doing those things. So
100%. And I would say the advantage that I found in organic marketing is that I have a warm audience already. when you run ads, unless you're running a retargeting ad, guys, when you're running an ad, you're running it to a cold audience, someone who does not know you, they don't know your product, and it's going to be a long time to get them through that buyer's journey. From organic marketing on Instagram, when people find me, all I have to do is have the right product at the right price. They're already halfway there. When they find my page, they know they're going to learn about Lux money moves for digital entrepreneurs. So in my bio, they're already intrigued. They click the link in my bio. Oh, Instagram marketing, drop shipping at this price, sold. Like, my audience is halfway there because I do it the organic way versus ads. One day when I can hire a team, maybe I'll run ads. But for now, Instagram's working for me.
Working. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's such a good point. Like, once somebody has clicked follow, they're already halfway there because they basically looked at your profile or your, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love what this person's putting out. And especially for, I don't know about you, but I think that I like to find somebody myself and make the decision myself of like, oh, I like what this person's putting out. I'm going to choose to follow them. And then when they're selling to me, it's like I've chosen to be sold to rather than like I'm seeing this random person's
because you're a part of the community. That follow
exactly.
means that you're already halfway there. And I think that's what people don't get. That's the difference between really running a business on Instagram and playing around. You realize that your audience is halfway there. All you need to do is have the right product at the right price and continually advertise. Don't be afraid of the sale, guys.
Yes.
Like, ask people to buy your thing. Let them know about it. So many people fail on Instagram because they're like, I posted about it yesterday. Did you post about it today? Maybe the person forgot. Did you put it in the stories? Did you add the swipe up? Okay, then make your money.
100%. And I want to know how often you do like promotional posts, because honestly, I would say that is the main difference, I think, between what I was doing in 2020, which was consistent 5-figure months. I mean, so that was great. But the difference now between consistent 5-figure months and then in 2021, 6-figure months is literally I just sold more. Like I promoted my courses more. Every single day, I'm telling people how they can enroll in my online course academy and who it's for and how to enroll in Passive Income Academy and who that's for. So I'm curious for you, like, how often are you being salesy? I know that gets a bad rap, but yes. Okay.
Every day.
Love it.
Every day.
Love it.
Every single day. Every single day. Unapologetically every single day. Now, I might wrap the message in a different bow, wrap it in a different package, put it at the end of a carousel or at the bottom of the caption or top of the caption or in the story, but every single day. If I want to make money every day, why am I not selling every day? That just makes no sense. And on top of that, you have to remember, most people are following 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 700 Instagram accounts. You get lost. So even though I post every single day or I try to sell every single day, people forget, and it takes the average person 7 times of seeing your information before they go on to purchasing from you. So I am salesy every single day and probably will be forever. Well, I have no problem selling.
Yeah, no, it works. And that's such a good point. And that brings me to another point I want to get back to in just a second. But it, like you said, kind of, you're changing up the ways that you sell. So it's not just like every single day you're like, buy. You're wrapping that in value. So you're teaching something probably, and then inviting people like, okay, do you like that? Do you want to learn more? Here's how you can learn more. And it's by paying.
Bingo. It's a little softer sale, but it's still a sale.
It's still.
On every single post, there's a call to action that will lead you towards the sale. Every post, every time.
Love it. So a question I get a lot from people is like they feel bad or like they're doing something wrong by being salesy every day. Was that like a mental shift you had to overcome, or we're taking a quick break from this video to tell you guys how I've been making 6 figures a month since the beginning of this year online. And I know that sounds crazy. I simply turned my passion for wellness into an online course that sells passively and helps hundreds of women every single day. In my free masterclass, I'll be sharing how you can turn your passion into a passive online course business and my step-by-step method for getting started with your own online course, even if you're like, WTF, would I even teach? To join the free masterclass, click the first link in the description box right below this video. Don't forget, it's free, and I'll see you there. Okay, back to the video. Not like a mental shift you had to overcome, or were you just like, not at all?
But likely because I bartended for a decade. I have lived in Miami, at least, the pay is $5 an hour. That is your base pay in Florida as a bartender. So Miami is also a very expensive city. You will die. You literally have to sell all day, every day. You have to try to make the most tips every day from every single person you come in contact with. And that's been my background for a decade. So I don't have a problem selling at all, but I know other people that do. And what I try to tell my students is like, Amazon's the biggest company on the planet. And yet you see an Amazon ad every single day, every single day. Amazon makes $1 billion a day and they're still selling. Coca-Cola makes $1 billion a day, still selling. Apple, still selling. T-Mobile, still selling. So if the biggest companies in the world with all this money and all these resources have no problem selling, why do you? And furthermore, what are your goals? What house do you want to buy? What car do you want to drive? What lifestyle do you want to live? What do you want to leave behind for your children? Are you going to regret that you did not want to make a sale when you can't buy the things you want or live the life you want to live? So it's twofold. It's like if the biggest companies on the planet are doing it and your goals are in alignment with a certain dollar amount, the only thing you can do is sell, period. So I haven't had that problem though, thank God.
Well, I'm glad that you haven't. That's good to hear because I feel like it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So if you struggle, if that's something you struggle with, just know too that most people, it takes a little bit of getting used to. Like definitely, even for me, like I started off honestly thinking like I can only be promotional once a week because otherwise I'm going to annoy people. And like, guess how much I was making back then?
Once a week money, right?
Definitely not what I'm making now. You know what I mean? So,
once a week, come on.
I know. And so I'm glad that at least I started somewhere, but if you're in that position right now, just know that it's okay. And
it's common.
Yeah, and not everybody is going to see everything that you post. So just continue to put it out there, change up the way that you're talking about it, wrap it in value, and you're going to make a lot more money. That's probably the biggest barrier to people making money, I would say, is that they're not promoting themselves.
And I would just say too, for your students, especially in your following, you teach them how to create courses. Creating a course takes a buttload of time, energy, resources, and effort. So why would you pour all of this effort into something and then only decide to promote it, once a week or once a month? That's wild. Like, get the return on your investment. You invested into Amie's Academy. You invested into building this course. Put the time in too. Like, the universe can't reward you if you're not asking for the sale.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Okay, well, we are going to, in just a second, we're going to walk through the different monetization options
I'm ready.
on Instagram, and I'm so excited about all of those. But is there anything else that you wanted to say about just tips or tricks about growing on Instagram that have benefited you?
Well, this right now is a major hack. Collaborating. Like, I am not teaching anybody how to cure cancer. Plenty of people teach people how to use Instagram. Plenty of people teach people how to drop ship. Why would I compete with those people that already own my audience instead of collaborating with those people who already own my audience? It's the smartest thing that you can do, is to connect with other creators, go live, swap posts, promote each other's events or promote each other's offerings, because you are exposing yourself to an audience that someone who owns your audience already has. They're already tapped in. Facebook cannot do that for you. Facebook ads, cannot do that for you the way that going live or supporting another creator will. So I like going live with other people, connecting with other people, offering them engagement, taking over stories, things like that with people who already have your person, or cross promote with your person that makes sense with your customer avatar, has been a major hack on Instagram. And I hope everybody should do that.
I completely agree. And also the way that we connected, like the way that, because I think you had first DM'd me, you was so perfect, because I think a lot of people think collaboration and then they're like, oh, I'll just like cold DM somebody and ask them if they want to collab. Like, probably don't do that. But what you did was really interesting, because you responded to one of my stories and provided me value. You taught me something that I didn't know. And I was like, oh my God, this girl knows her shit. Like, hell yeah, I want to get on the live with you, because I want my audience to also know like everything that you know. So I think you went about that in like the perfect way, because I'm like, that's such a good idea. So anybody,
and you probably get people saying to you all the time, hey, let's do something. And you're like, Who are you?
Yeah.
Do what?
Yeah.
How does this benefit me? Yes, I think like I should have added that. You're 100% right. Make your offer at one time. Show that person that you are engaged in what they have going on, that you know something, that you can offer value to them, especially busy entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. Like, we've got a million things going on. You have to shoot your shot well-rounded. Like, this is what I can do. This is when we should do it. And I think it'll benefit both of us. So yeah, and it worked because here I am on live.
Yeah,
hello.
Totally worked. Well, and like now I'm also just, I mean, I've been doing more lives lately, but it's just, they're so fun and they're super engaging, and I just love that they're also a great way to grow. So, okay, cool. So you guys, let's talk about the new monetization for options for Instagram. You may have seen a couple, like, I think I posted a reel about this, but then obviously there's other accounts who are posting about it, and it's just really exciting because this has been something that, yeah, like Instagram has been talking about adding monetization options for creators for literally like 3 years. And I've been like, hey, where are they?
When is it coming? Right.
So, there's actually more than, I think I said 3, but I think there's actually 4 when I was just double checking. Yeah. Okay. So the first one, IG Live badges. So we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Yes. Have you used that yet?
Yes, I use it every single time. And while you guys are listening, support Amie, buy her a badge. There's a little button at the bottom of the screen. This is how, because here's the thing, my friends. Going live does not benefit me. It does not benefit Amie. We do these lives to benefit you guys. This is how we teach you all, bring you valuable information. Of course, we sell courses and products, but that might not be for everybody's budget. You're going to learn something on live that you would never know. You're going to get direct access to us. So buying badges is how you support creators like us. So buy a badge. But yes, I use badges all the time. I was thrilled when I got it. And because I have been bartending for so many years, badges is like getting a tip.
A tip, yeah.
I love it. Like, it's just right up my alley. I love a tip. I have raised my entire life getting tips. So I missed that from my bartending days. So yes, I use badges. I turn them on every single time. And then you'll learn that certain people will buy you badges every single time. So maybe when you're tired and you don't feel like going through all your DMs, but you see a person who is always supporting you, it's like, okay, let me answer this question. Let me give them first access, and you build a relationship with people that way.
Absolutely. It's such a fun thing. Do you know, I'm like thinking about it now. I actually don't know. Are badges available to every creator, or do you have to kind of do something to get access?
I think, well, you know, Instagram can get vague.
I know.
But I believe that you just have to have a certain level of engagement. So like my account, I got badges around 20,000 followers. I have a girlfriend that didn't get them until 100,000 followers, but she wasn't as active as me. She wasn't going live. So it's just a matter of, are you going live consistently? I believe that's like the puzzle piece that pushes you to get badges. But Instagram is foggy. They don't tell you once you hit 3,000 or 20 minutes of live, they'll give it to you. So that's what I don't know.
It's kind of like how some accounts get access to certain features and others don't. And like, I don't know if there's a lot of, I think they're kind of always testing, but I do think that they really reward accounts that use all of the features. So if you want access to badges, I think like start going live, start creating reels, start doing all the things that they want you to do, and you'll probably unlock them.
You have to use all the channels of Instagram.
Absolutely. Okay, and then the second monetization option is IGTV ads. So I'll just tell you, like, guys, quickly what I do, and then I want to hear if you have turned them on and what that looks like for your business. But basically, IGTV ads, you guys, if you're familiar with YouTube, anytime you're watching a YouTube video, you'll see a little ad during the video, and the monetization from that ad goes to the creator of the YouTube video. So it's a couple cents, it's not very much, but if you're getting a lot of views, that can
adds up.
It can definitely add up. So same thing now with IGTV. So what I do is that I just save the lives to my phone, upload them as an IGTV, and basically I'm repurposing that exact same piece of content and monetizing now in 2 ways. So are you doing the same thing? Are you using something different?
Same thing.
Same, yeah.
Same
and
thing.
So it's no extra work either, because you're literally like, we do this one time, save it. Which, by the way, somebody asked earlier if we're going to save this. So I'm going to save it and then post it as an IGTV. And then obviously if you want to post it too, you can.
Perfect. I'm so glad. And I don't even do that. I just post them immediately. I don't even wait to save it. I just do it in one fell swoop because that's one less thing for me to do.
That's true. Yeah, make it easy. So again, you guys, that's another amazing option to monetize, especially if you don't, let's say you want to start monetizing, but you don't have a course yet, or you know, you're at the very beginning stages of your business. This is a good way you can start monetizing like ASAP.
Yep. With no barriers.
Yeah, no barriers. Okay, the other thing I was going to mention about, so I kind of mentioned this at the beginning, but about IG Live badges is the unlocking, like $100, $150, $250. So we don't know exactly like if that's available to everybody or not, but
it's available to the people with badges. So that's like the main barrier, right? Once you get the badges, then you can graduate to being eligible for these new payment features. Because here's the thing, guys, Instagram is paying us directly. And this is not a third party. So Instagram is not going to give badges or pay you for badges or this bonus feature for people who aren't using it, who don't go live, who don't exploit the feature. They're rewarding you for using the feature. So you're asking if you're eligible or not eligible. Do you go live? Do you provide value? Are you saving it to IGTV? If you're not, then they're not going to give you these bonuses. That's all.
Well, and it's a good point too, because I didn't even know that existed until after the last time I went live. It popped up and I screenshotted it, and I'm glad that I did, because now I don't see that anywhere when I go into my account. So definitely try and go live and then see what happens afterwards. But that's pretty exciting. And then the fourth way that I had written down was the affiliate commerce program.
That's coming soon. I don't have access to that yet. Do you?
To be honest, I haven't even tried to like set it up, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just saw that was available, but
I'm familiar with it. I know it's coming. And basically for creators, guys, if you don't know about the affiliate commerce, creators are going to be able to create a store, a shop within their Instagram where they can tag the products that they use and be paid directly. So if this was a post, maybe these flowers, maybe this mug that I got from 2 totally different stores, I'm going to be able to tag them in my shop and get paid directly. So it's influencer marketing, but through Instagram instead of around Instagram or as a third party. So that's very exciting.
That's really exciting. And I mean, like, pretty much everybody, at least I'm assuming, has like probably seen something on Instagram and been like, oh my God, where did she get that mug? I'm going to click over and buy it. And now this way, if you are promoting those products or using them, now you're actually getting affiliate payments for doing that
directly through Instagram. It's so brilliant. Cool. It's so brilliant. And I did the breakdown the other day. I did a post on this. I'll put it in stories after the live. So this is how I wind up making the money I make. It. Anybody can do this. So when I go live, I always wind up making sales. So that's level 1. Someone's always buying a course from me. That is the level 1 way I make money on Instagram. Level 2, people buy me badges. My supporters show me love. They tip me with badges. Level 3, Instagram bonuses. So I get a bonus unlocked just for going live. So the same live I'm going to do no matter what, I wind up getting paid on 2 separate levels from that. And then level 4 is IGTV ads. So from one live, you wind up creating 4 basically streams of income for doing something you're going to do anyway in your business. So creators, businesses, go live. I'm telling you, it is a major key. I wish I had started 2 years ago going live instead of being scared of it. It's so much money in this method.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think I even realized that until a couple weeks ago when I started doing them too, is I realized exactly how you said. Every time I go live, I notice the number of course sales that I generate skyrockets. Yes. So it's amazing. And especially you guys, anybody who's a course creator out there, highly recommend. And then now there's all these other ways to monetize too. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has bought badges. I'm going to scroll up and look through and see if we have any questions, but we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here and buying badges. So fun. Okay.
I love questions.
Let's see.
And I got time. I've given you my whole day, honey. We can be here as long as you need.
Okay, perfect.
I have my calendar for you.
Perfect. I have time too. So, as I scroll through these, is there like a number 1 common question that you get? And it could be related to anything. Instagram, drop shipping. What would you say that is for your audience?
The number 1 question I get all the time is, why don't hashtags work? And I'm like, that is dumb. Love you, but that's dumb. Instagram is 12 years old. Hashtags are 11 years old. Meaning Instagram is a billion-dollar company owned by a billion-dollar company. Facebook does not do things that don't work, period. Facebook does not hire engineers from MIT to make things that don't work. So hashtags work. They would not have this feature around for 11 years and it does not work. Hashtags work. I have grown my page through hashtags, through using hashtags on every single post. And then people ask me about the Explore page a lot. They're like, how can I get on the Explore page? No freaking clue. I don't know, because I've only been on there once or twice, but my hashtags give me the same amount of reach that going on the Explore page does. So just the takeaway for you guys, hashtags work. They don't work in stories, but they work on posts.
I love that. How do you choose your hashtags? Do you have any sort of process for that? And do you use like the same ones over and over?
No. You can't use the same ones over and over. My process is, I think of Instagram as what it is, and that's a search engine. So when I'm posting something, what search terms would a person be using if they were looking for this thing I'm posting about? So if I'm posting about my dropshipping store, then I'm going to post about maybe work from home or solopreneur life or laptop lifestyle, because those things make sense when I'm talking about my dropshipping store. So I think of search terms that make sense for the content, as well as search terms that are related to things that make sense for the content, because you got to cast a wide net. And that's why posting 3 times a day is so important, because you can test over and over and see what hashtags actually work. Time of day hasn't really influenced me much, like the optimal times to post, but hashtags have influenced my page significantly.
Okay, that's good to know. And then I'm curious, how, because you're posting 3 times a day, is that something that you plan out in advance, or do you do it?
No.
I'm not a planner either.
Or later. No, I sure don't.
People ask me that all the time, like, what do you use to schedule out your stories? And I'm like, I don't. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what do I want to post today? I don't know.
Yep. And this is a very wealthy woman, honey. So if she can do it, that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing.
Well, and I'm not saying that necessarily works for everybody. I think like it probably is like a specific personality type. Like I feel really restricted and suffocated when I have too much planned. So then it makes me not want to do anything. But if you're somebody who benefits by planning out in advance, then go for it. Okay, so one of the questions we got was, somebody was asking why I saved the IGTV before I post it, or why I saved the
question.
I do live before I post it. Honestly, the only reason is because there have been a couple times when I've gone live and then I've lost the video. Like I don't know what happens to it. It just like goes away. So now I just try and be really careful to like download it to my camera roll just in case first, and then like 5 minutes later I will upload it and add like a cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard. Okay.
There's not really any strategy behind it other than I just want to make sure I don't lose it. Okay. And then somebody said how to reach 10,000 followers because my growth right now is really slow. So we've kind of talked about some strategies throughout, but if you had any other tips.
I would just say usually their problem is they don't know who they're talking to. That really is what it boils down to 99% of the time. Or maybe you were talking to one person when you started the page, but your audience has changed. So you need to, that's what engagement features are for in your stories. Poll your audience. Ask them, I've been talking about this one thing forever. Are you still interested in that thing? If you're not interested in that thing, what are you interested in? What do you want to see more from me? Poll your audience. Just ask them flat out, what could I be doing on this page that would make you more interested and more engaged? What topics? Use the poll feature and ask them, which topics are you more interested in versus the topics that I've been posting about? And do your customer avatar all over from scratch. Scrap the whole thing and come back to a new and better version. It's a new year. People have been through a whole lot last year. Maybe your audience has changed and it's time to change with them instead of being stagnant and thinking about the same thing that you've been doing. Clearly, it's not working anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good point too. And just like paying attention and studying what things actually perform well. So another question we got was just about, somebody said that they started using Reels, but they haven't seen much reach yet. And so I just want to encourage anyone who's doing that and not seeing the reach that they want from reels to just keep going and be consistent. Like if you can try and post one reel a day for a couple of weeks and then look back and see, you know, during that time, which styles of reels perform best. What topics were you talking about? Were you doing like a trend where you're looking like an idiot and dancing, or were you teaching something? So I try and really analyze, like I do a lot of different types of content, things I'm teaching, the ways that I'm showing the reel, and just see what works well, and then I make more of that. So like literally just look at what's performing and then make more of that, because that's clearly what your audience wants.
Yes, agreed. I have nothing to add because you're 100% right.
Okay, I'm just going back through. Thank you guys for all of your amazing messages. Let me just see if we have any other questions, but I guess in the meantime, where can people go to buy from your, well, first of all, what do you sell in your store, your dropshipping store?
Hats.
Oh, okay.
Yes, merch. I love merch. I am a, you know, throw a cute hat on in a minute. It is Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. It's all available at the link in my bio. All my classes are the luxlifeacademy.com. It's all available at the link in my bio. I've got it set up right, guys. Don't worry about it. The products are tagged. The shop is there. The book now button. It's all there. It's all spelled out for you. And you can always DM me to get more information about what I got going on. And the podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon. It's on everything. And it's Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. And hopefully Amie will be on my show, you know, eventually, because I want to know her whole life story and how she's hitting 6-figure months. I need the blueprint. Like, bottom line, I need, forget the live. I need step-by-step instructional on how to be her when I grow up.
Anytime. I'm sure that you're not far, so anything I can do to help you. So you guys, if you're coming to this live from my audience and you're new to Asia, definitely go follow her, go buy her merch, check out her links, listen to her podcast, enroll in her courses, and then obviously you guys know where to find me if you're coming from my audience, obviously. But happy to answer any questions about online courses, Online Course Academy, Passive Income Academy, and then just like you said, I love DMing with you guys. Like, it's literally, I love having those one-on-one conversations and making sure like I'm sending you to the right link, all of that. So any questions you guys have.
And that's a hack I took from you. Like when you said, when you get a DM, instead of answering it in the DM, answer it in stories, because other people will have the same question. It was like the world opened up for me. Like, why was I answering one-on-one DMs when I should have just put this in the stories? Like, oh, Amie, you are just a wealth of resource, honey. You are the fountain of information.
It really just stems from being lazy, because I'm like, how can I, like, I know that multiple people have this question, so how can I answer it for like everybody at once rather than typing it out every single time?
Just such a hack. Life-changing.
It's a good content idea too. It's like, just take the DMs you're getting, screenshot, answer them in your stories, and then you can still DM that person individually and be like, thank you, this is a great question, I'm going to answer it in my stories now. So win-win for everybody.
Brilliant. I've been doing that since you posted that.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was so fun. You guys, thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody who bought a badge. We appreciate you so much. And this was really fun. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Anytime. I am beyond available. You just let me know and I will get you right on in there, honey.
Sounds good. Same to you. Well, thank you guys. And don't forget, I will be saving this as an IGTV. So if anybody missed the beginning, you can check it out. It'll be on my feed in a couple of minutes. So
yes.
Okay.
Love it. All right, honey bunny. Thank you.
Bye.